Good morning, everyone. Chris here. We are off on a short mission. Today we're going to change the transmission fluid on the boat. Not a big job. You just undo a bolt, stick a little hose in, suck the old stuff out, and then use the funnel to put more stuff in. Problem is, it's like way down real high, so we use a funnel with a long tube on the end. And this is the funnel, and the tube part broke off. So luckily we're someplace where we can just go to the hardware store and buy another one. Because the last time this happened, and yes, it happened more than once, we had like tube and duct tape, and that worked fine. But I would prefer to have like a nice funnel for next time. So it is cold today. There's a hurricane off the coast of Canada, and it's sort of like spinning cold air down here. So we're going to take advantage of this cold weather, and we're going to do the engine zinc, the transmission fluid, and then I'm going to send Liam crawling through a bunch of hatches running a wire. So I didn't tell him that yet, but
oh God,
he's right there. Anyway, we are off to shore, and let's go get ourselves up. We are glad. Nope. I am glad we have got the more powerful motor this year. So with the wind from the north, the land protects us from big waves, and it's good. We're going to go to Captain Jack's because it's closer, and then we're going to make our walk down to the hardware store and the post office, and probably a cafe because there's never enough cafe time.
too fast.
A bunch. Well, it's 4 years old.
That is what they believe.
All right, we are back on the boat. I got my extendable filter thing so that we could get transmission fluid down into the hole. And then we also stopped by the post office so that I could get a nice wire with a switch for the dinghy so I can run power to charge the dinghy's battery that runs its lights. Not to be confused with the engine, because they are of different voltages. And we got trapped on the dinghy dock because there were a bunch of people who were really curious about our solar-powered dinghy, which is pretty darn awesome. Anyway, I will let you go. We're gonna... Oh, screw it. Here, let's go in here. We're gonna change the engine zinc and the transmission fluid. All right, step one, peek under the engine to look for leaks. That's just a drip. Right, Liam and I are disagreeing as to if it's like a real leak or just a drip from the day that we were doing it. But then we've got two things to deal with down here. Both are way back in this section. So we've got the transmission fluid goes into, there's a bolt. Let's see if we can see it with the camera. Nope, can't get it in. Anyway, there it is. Guess you can't see it. Anyway, the bolt is here. That needs to be taken out and then suck the transmission fluid out of there and put new transmission fluid in. And then there is engine zinc on the bottom here. I wish it was on the top, but it's not. So we got to take that off and replace that. But the engine zinc is the easiest, so I'm going to have Liam start with that one. All right, Liam, go do that, and I will get a new engine zinc. All right, I have a project for this winter, I think. It's an easy one, though, while Liam gets the zinc off. I was thinking, what if inside of our ratchet set we had a little laminated card that was a cheat sheet of what all the sizes were? What's the zinc size? What's the transmission size? What's the other random sizes that we end up using? I'm going to think of that. All right, so this is the engine zinc after like several months of use. It sits in the heat exchanger, which is like the glorified version of a radiator. And because salt water corrodes metal, salt water will corrode this first. And it's fine. I could probably leave this in until we made it to Florida, because we don't run the engine as much as others do. But always good to change it. So I like to change mine like 3 or 4 times a year. Look at that. Coming apart. So this is, you want this to happen to the zinc and not to happen to the bits of your engine that touch salt water. Now it's transmission fluid time. So the transmission bolt doubles as a dipstick. So plenty of transmission fluid. And here, let's see if we can see the color. Look at that. So it's mostly pink, starting to turn a little brown, but that is a really, really good color for transmission fluid. We could probably get away with not changing it. But it's just good to know that, like, time-wise, if we needed to do it. We're definitely swapping this out. So we're going to use the same oil pump that we use for engine oil, and we're going to suck it all out of there. And then I got our very own measuring cup, and because she takes 600 milliliters of transmission fluid, and this one is 500 milliliters, so we're going to fill up to 300 twice, and that way we're less likely to spill. But off we go. We store the tubes for our oil sucker in a double layer of trash bags because they leak all over the place and they're a mess. All right, 600 milliliters of transmission fluid is now in the transmission. So we just got to clean up all of our mess. All right, so Liam is putting everything back together, and I'm gonna keep our dead zinc. And I just realized, I think that may have been our last zinc, engine zinc, to put in the engine. So, I mean, I could just order, like, I don't know, a whole bunch online. But what I want to do is go to the local hardware store and see if they have any. I'm pretty sure they do. And then buy a whole bunch, so we have a whole bunch of spares. And it's good to buy local when we can. Anyway, maybe I won't make Liam crawl through crazy places and unscrew everything. We'll wait for another cold day. Because we've got to run a cable from over here all the way to the pedestal where we steer the boat from at the helm station. And I think he's tired. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. I'm going to get back to my day job, and I will chat with you later. Bye.